All right, guys. Welcome back to Her Circle with me, Chandler, and Ashley.
And me, Ashley.
Ashley. I just found these questions on the Instagram last night, honestly, that just popped up, and it said just like 9 vulnerable questions you could ask anybody, and it's supposed to deepen our connection is what it says. So we'll see if it does. But I just thought, I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. We could go over those questions and kind of see what we come up with. So I thought, why not?
And you can repeat this exercise if you want to, with a spouse or a friend or a sibling or your parent. I think it might be kind of cool to do it with a parent.
Oh, yeah. I think that would be kind of fun.
You know,
really any close relationship, I think it would be fun to do.
Yeah.
With a spouse for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't thought about that. Like, ask my mom these questions.
Yeah. Let's dive in.
See what she says. Okay. Number 1. If we had never met, how do you think life would be different?
Okay, this one's kind of tricky because I feel like you meet everyone for a reason. So I don't see any timeline or universe or scenario where we weren't together.
Yeah.
So, like, to not get sentimental, I think I'd be just fine.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean,
but
because it would almost, to me,
you would know it existed.
You wouldn't know any different, and you would there would be somebody else maybe.
Yeah.
Like, in gymnastics, it might not have been you, but maybe it would have been someone else.
Oh, that makes me nauseous to think of you. What if you, like, I don't know, latched onto someone else the way we latched onto each other, and then you were doing this with somebody else? So I guess I am a little sentimental.
Yeah. Well, it's like, what are those like memes stuff where it talks about like when your best friend talks about other best friends and you're like,
yeah.
Oh, cute.
Oh, you do.
Oh, you do. This is the one where it's
Big
like, is she tall? What is it about her? Tell me.
Yeah. It's so funny.
It's so true. I'm like, just kidding. I love your other friends, but it's just funny to think like, as like little us, I think it might have, like, if you weren't there. So I guess I'll think about it, if you weren't there and I just didn't have
that kind of friendship,
it would have been, gymnastics would have been a whole nother world growing up in those first couple years.
We probably would have had more friends.
Yeah, we might. We might have been better off.
We may have been. Whoa, twist here.
We might have had a bigger circle.
We may have had better friends.
We maybe done ourselves a disservice.
Yeah.
Wow. Game changer.
No, I just, like,
but I'm
for
like,
me,
who would have been my Lover's League partner?
Exactly.
Who would have, like, we done Taco Bell with and Frogger with and got stuck in laundry bag? I'm like, who?
Yeah, who else would have put up with that?
Yeah, like swimming routines.
Yeah. I think we just
don't know.
I don't imagine any kind of scenario where we wouldn't have been connected somehow. It may have not happened like as early. I feel like eventually we would have found each other. Yeah. Because I believe in soulmates in every aspect of your life. Yeah. So like you as a friend, you're still my soulmate. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like we're still together in that. Yeah. Like we still have that connection.
We were still meant to meet and have a connection in life and a friendship.
Because I don't think a soulmate has to be like a romantic relationship or a spouse. I think it means like our souls were meant to be together like this. But then I also think too, I don't have a sister. So Chandler at that age, you like fulfilled that sister role for me. We probably fought a lot less than maybe sisters would. I don't really know what a sister relationship is like. We always shared clothes as much as we could. Yeah. We shared pretty much everything. Yeah. And so Chandler really like fulfilled that sister role for me. And I had one, it was like an older lady. I don't say older, just a woman that I knew. And she has a bunch of sisters, and she had made a comment because I said something about like, yeah, Chandler's like my sister. And she was like, well, she's not though, because you've never had a sister. So you don't really know what that's like. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess like she feels like a sister to me. I don't know. And that like, I didn't really think much of it. It did kind of bug me. And then the next day I saw her and she was like, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have said that because I don't know what your relationship is like with Chandler. And it very well could be a better relationship than I have with my sisters. And I was like, oh, thank you. Because it's hard to argue like about that because I don't have a sister. I don't have anything to gauge this off of. So I was like, oh, thank you. Like that was a really cool kind of like apology to make. And then also to acknowledge like, you are like a sister to me. Yeah. And even Liv is like, are you and Chandler sisters? She asks us all the time. And we just say, no, we just pretend that we are. She's like, oh, okay. Is she my aunt? Yep.
I mean, that lady asked me that the salon the other day. She goes, oh, is that your daughter? Because I was like making faces at her, checking. And like, I was like, oh, no, it's my niece. And I was like, that's her mom over there. Yeah. She goes, oh, okay. And so she didn't like say like anything like question like, oh, you really sisters or anything like that. Just like, oh, no, she's my niece. Yep. Like I don't complicate these things. But I have a sister, and I am here to say that this, and I don't mean to say this like to Caitlin by any means like bad, but at that point in my life, you were closer to me than my sister. Yeah. We were so far in age. I mean, I didn't hang out with my sister. We didn't have a relationship. And honestly, me and Caitlin didn't even have a relationship. So I was in high school, probably 16 or 17 years old. So nothing against that. That was just the phase of like age difference. Yeah. Why would I hang out with her and why would she hang out with me? Right. Not that she didn't actually she didn't like me for the first while because she didn't want me. She wanted Taylor to be a sister and he wasn't. And then by the time I came around, she's like, well, good at you. Too late now. I'm like 7. So I was like, cool.
What good are you? Yeah.
So I'm like, I mean, she didn't hate me, but she wasn't like I was no use to her. So I feel like, I mean, I had a relationship with you long before that at that point, and then our relationship is continued.
Do you hear that, Caitlin?
She's like,
don't you forget it. Like, I'm just kidding. I love Caitlin.
You're like, no, but seriously, don't forget it. So now that we're older, obviously, you looked at the camera.
I'm going to specifically send that clip to her.
To Caitlin. So I definitely think that, I mean, you have been like a sister in my life, and I have that to compare to. And there's obviously, like, I have my sister, and we're close. So I do have that relationship, and I have yours, and they are very similar. Yeah. I mean, there's not anything I don't think I would do for her that I wouldn't do for you, and vice versa. So it's like, not that I think that, like, you know, some people's relationship with their sisters are different and they're not great, or they are great and their friends are just like, oh yeah, they're close friends. So everyone's different. I just so happened I do have me and my sister do have a relationship despite the age difference, but it wasn't always like that. So like if my sister was closer to me, I mean, who knows how that would have been. Like I might have been doing the same things with her, or you might have even have been closer to my sister at a younger age. I mean, you guys talk now. It's not like you don't, but it could have been different if me and Caitlin were closer in age. We just
change the dynamic a tiny bit. Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge in your relationship right now? And what do you think it's teaching us?
That you have to live in Texas. Stupid place to live. Just kidding.
That's great.
But I feel like right now we just have been closer than ever. I don't really see any challenges. I mean, if I want to get picky, I don't like that you live in a different state, but you probably don't like that I live here and I didn't move to Texas at some point in my life. So, I mean, what was the follow-up of like?
What do you think it's teaching us?
Oh, I think it's teaching us to prioritize the time that we do get to be together. Yeah. Because that is super important. And I hold this time that we get to have together is in such like a high value scenario for me. So I do cherish it. And I think that that's teaching us to do that with each other, but also to acknowledge other relationships and maybe even like foster stronger connections with people too. Because we know how great this feels with each other. So it would be nice to like have that even more. I don't think anything could ever get on this kind of level, just purely based on like the time we met at, how young we were through where we are now. So I think it's just teaching us to really like connect when we are together.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's where my head went. The challenge of us we don't live by each other and we haven't forever, for a long time. But I think that it just teaching us like to be intentional with our time. Like, and then when we're apart, you know, reaching out, like you send me pictures of the kids doing whatever, like at least probably a couple times a week, I get a picture of one of them doing something, even if it's just them being cute and just like chilling, or like, oh, hey, he's playing baseball. He sent me videos of Heston playing at his baseball game, which that I'm sad that I didn't get to see the one, but
because it rained for once.
You know, like seriously. So I think just being like intentional with like the updates and checking in. I do think now, like with us have this going on, I do think that helps because we're kind of like have some things that we need to like, hey, what about this? You know, checking in, or when am I coming down? And I've been able to come down more often. So it's been nice to be able to like almost keep that going in that flow. It's like we don't have that long gap. Yeah. So that's kind of selfishly have enjoyed that aspect of it too. To where like I leave feeling like it's not going to be forever.
Yeah,
that feeling of like, okay, like I really will see you soon. Yeah, because I don't have to, I guess, but like we're doing this. You have to. Heston's like, you could record more and come back less. I'm like, should have pissed.
Quiet over there. I'm like, this doesn't concern you.
What do you know? You don't do anything. You don't get a say. Yeah, as he like literally sets this all up.
Set everything up for us.
But. Which I'm like, yes, I could do that. And we might have to do that every so often, like make it longer, which is, it's fine. We'll adapt to life and where we're at and vacations and traveling and whatever. But I think that definitely just being intentional with the time and like really enjoying the time because we don't get it. So when we do, it's like, which I think we've always been good about that. Yeah. Even when as kids, I feel like we always enjoyed our time. But I like what you said about it kind of makes you spark that awareness of your other friendships. Just kind of being, because sometimes when you have the relationships close, I think it's easy sometimes to be like, oh, I can see them whenever I can't today. I'll catch him next week or whatever. And that kind of becomes a slope of like, okay, now it's been how many months? There's my group of college friends. We kind of went through that phase where it was like 6 months and we're like, we cannot do this. Like we all live here. Yeah. And I get it. It's not anything personal, but it's like, okay, we can't do that. Yeah, like I've seen you more a little. Yeah. Because of, you know, coming back and forth. So I'm like, guys, we can't do this. We were all like, what are we doing? And, you know, it happens. And, you know, but then to be aware of that and make the intention of being like, okay, like let's set dates. Yeah. Like we're date setting now because we're so old and have lives and you can't just be like, Mom, take me over there. You know, you have to actually, there's so much more life going on now. Yeah, there is. The third question, what's a quality or strength in our relationship you hope we never lose? Your sense of wonder. You know that song?
Yeah. Okay, I hope you dance.
I was hoping you got it.
Leanne Womack.
That I wasn't just like, you're like, cool. Okay.
I love that song. I got you. Don't worry.
Yeah. We've been going through those songs lately. The last couple of days. And that's a good one.
That is a good one. We'll listen to that on the way home. I just hope I don't think we'd ever lose like our honesty with each other and our openness and like our willingness to be vulnerable and share our hardships and all of those things. And so I don't think we'd ever lose that with each other. Yeah. I think it helps that I believe that we're like that outside of our relationship too. Like that's truly just like our character. Yeah. I think I'm naturally like vulnerable. Like if someone asks me something, I'm going to tell you. Like, if you were going to ask me, you better want the answer because I'm going to tell you. Yeah. So, and I think I'm honest in the sense because I hate lies. I don't like being lied to. So I don't want to lie to somebody else. And so I think outside of like us, we're typically like that. Like we're vulnerable. We're honest. We want to be open with people. We want to have like those conversations to be able to like communicate and stuff like that. So I feel like we're like that with each other. Yeah. So I think that helps. Yes, we probably feel more comfortable with each other because, you know, it's going to be a little bit different than some stranger down the street. But man, if some stranger down the street asks me something, I'll tell them. Yeah, I don't mind. Like if hey, what's your trauma? Do you want to know? How much time do you have? Yeah. I'm like, sit down. Yeah. Grab a drink. So I'm like, I don't care. Because I'm like, why? Yeah, what's there to hide?
I mean, and then if I'm going to cry and be vulnerable, well, duh, I'm going to be. It's a hard topic.
We'll only be closer because of it.
You really know me. That's like those memes where it's like, hey, when we go out on a date, I don't want to know your first color and your this. I'm like, it's so true. I'm like, let's get real deep.
Let's get into it.
How deep can we get?
Yeah, let's dive in.
And then I think I don't want us to ever lose like, and I know this gets hard as we get older and you're supposed to mature and like real life and whatever. But like I still want to always have that like childlike like fun. Like I don't want to ever be like 55 and us go on a vacation and feel like we can't act a fool. Like no, yes we can.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to goof off. Like life's not serious. And I know sometimes that gets hard when you're like in the mindset of like I'm an adult, I'm a mom, I have responsibilities. I have a job. I have these things that sometimes we get like that. I just think humans in general, I'm not saying like us, which I mean, we do, but to where I feel like we can forget, like, no, it's okay to like be goofy and silly. I don't care who looks at me and rolls their eyes,
okay.
It's fine. So I hope like that never like goes away.
Yeah, I don't ever see it going away because our moms are still like that with each other.
Yeah, my mom's more like that than me.
Yeah.
My mom will just starts dancing down the aisles at grocery stores. Song comes on, she goes, ooh, ooh. And she just goes,
oh my gosh, that's exactly it.
Yes. And I'm like, Mom, she said, this is so good. And she's like, okay.
That's so exactly the movement
my
of your
mom is like that, even probably more than me. And so I love that. I see that. And so it makes me laugh. There are times where I'm like, Mom, know your audience.
Watching you do that, I miss your mom.
I know we
need to come down next time, Kiki.
I know. Hopefully she can come down for a podcast.
Even this time, Heston and Liv were like, "Is Kiki coming?"
I know. They're like, Chan's getting really old.
Like, I know she's not coming this time. So
I haven't seen her since Christmas.
Oh, that's a really long time.
I know. Life, man. Season starts.
Yeah.
And so we're limited like on our travel time.
Oh, but you're going to see her this weekend, right?
Yep. I will see her Thursday.
Oh, that's exciting.
Days. And then I'll see everybody else. I'll see everybody else. So the kids, Caitlin and them, and then I'll spend a little bit of weekend. But then she's going to come down towards me in a couple weeks. Like,
oh, good.
Oh, like, yeah, in a couple weeks. She'll come see me. Like, by the time this is aired, this probably is going to be irrelevant. She'll probably either be there or not.
Yeah.
To come help me for one of the meets and
Sweet.
stuff. So spend time with me. Ryan will be gone.
Cool.
So, yeah. But, yeah, she's like that. I want that. It's like, why not? Stop being so serious.
Yeah.
What part of our relationship feels effortless and what feels challenging?
I just think everything feels effortless. I don't see that there's any challenges. I think I used to have it in my head when I started having kids that like since you didn't want kids that you wouldn't want to be around me as much with my kids because not that I ever took it in a way of like, oh, Chandler doesn't like kids. I never, ever thought that. But I just felt like she wouldn't enjoy going and doing like what you do with kids. And that's not the case at all. So I think that that's like what I put in my head a few years ago and made it seem like this challenge of like, well, Chandler wouldn't want to come because I'm in the thick of it with these little kids. But that's not the case at all. Like we went to the slide place and it was so fun. It's just fun watching kids do anything. It's hilarious. It's so entertaining. It's a crack up. So I think that was like a challenge that I made up in my head. But as far as like everything feels effortless all the time.
I was thinking about that actually yesterday. And this comes with just like over time. I think with your family, I've had over 20 years of time. Whoa, that's wild. So it is effortless. Like Chatty being here, seeing Chris and then what it's just, hey, what, you're just not just a person to me, but like, it's just so normal.
It's just natural.
Like, hey, like, yeah, you've been there. It's like, what up, brother? You know? So having that effort, your family, like I see your dad when he comes to Dallas area, like we go eat together, just me and him. He went to church with me a couple weeks ago. Like, it's like, hey, you want to eat? Yeah, cool. And I don't have a problem just eating with your dad. It's not like, but I think about that with other friends' dads. I wouldn't go eat with another friend's dad. They'd be like, what are we going to talk about? Joe? Like, what?
Why are we hanging out?
Yeah, but with him, it's literally, he's been like a male figure in my life. So it's like, I talk to him about things. I can tell him about things, what's coming up, what's happening, So he comes in, and if your mom's in, she'll come and we'll meet together. Last time your mom was in with
Tanya, Tab and
she
Tanya.
came and she's a hoot. She came and we all ate. Ryan was able to come to that one, but last time it was just me and your dad at church because Ryan was out of town. So it took him to our new church. And it's just, that stuff is so effortless with you guys because it's been like that for so long and you guys know me. But I like too that now, like adding in more people into your lives, like having like Heston, I don't think at first I would consider like our relationship effortless, like me
between you and Heston,
which is fine. We didn't know each other, so that's where it comes to it. We learn how each other are. I think he opens up more now. I open up more now. You guys have like a flow of your relationship and your family, and that adds ease too. But it really is easy to be at y'all's house. I don't feel pressured. You guys are very like laid back. There's no like standards of anything. You just go with the flow. And so everything's just so easy. He's very like, I'm over here for like a week, this, but I also have noticed that he's like that with your mom, like when she comes and stays in the kids. So it's really nice to like have that comfort and ease to like this relationship that I feel like over time we've developed. So I definitely appreciate that. Like I come to your guys' house and it's just like, all right, so what do you want to do? You want to do this? Cool. It's so easy. I don't feel like I'm in the way. Yeah. Which is nice because you have a whole family. So it would be very easy to feel like I'm in the way.
Yeah.
But I don't. You guys don't make me feel like I'm overstepping boundaries or being like, well, why are you doing that? Did you just go do, Yeah. So that's also really nice. But I do think the kid thing would be the challenging part of things. I do think, and you're not the only one that kind of feels like since me and Ryan don't want kids, it's like, how do we navigate that as parents with kids? I think that's been a challenge. I'm sure that multiple of my friends have felt. Yeah. And that makes me sad because I don't ever want them to feel like I don't want to be around. And don't get me wrong. I know I'm not perfect. I know I don't have very good patience. So I'm not saying that there's never been times where I might have ever been impatient towards like just the kids in general. Yeah. But that's also not because of the kids. It's like I'm going to be like that even if I had my own kids. Right. I'm going to be impatient with my own kids. Of course, like, that has nothing to do with the kid itself. It's just me. Like I can get impatient with anybody. Yeah. So I never want that to come across or feel like I don't want to be around because I don't care. Or if things get overwhelming or you guys get overwhelmed with stuff and kids, that's going to happen. That doesn't matter to me. I'll just hang out and let things go its course because it's not a big deal. It's life. So I never want anyone to make it seem like I don't want to be in that space with them because I will. Doesn't do me any harm. It doesn't matter to me at all. But that is a challenge, I think, to as someone who has the kids, knowing like, oh, I don't know how they're going to feel. Do they want to come? I do. I want to be there. Even if it's overwhelming, I want to be there. I don't care. Yeah. Even if it's a lot, I'll be there. Yeah. And if it's a lot, I'll take a step back for a second. Just like I would in my own life with my own kids. Like that happens. Yeah. So it's not anything personal. But no, I want to be there. I want to join. I don't care. Yeah. I like kids. Yeah. I have no problem with the kiddos. What's something we used to do that you miss and wish we did more often?
Just playing mermaids in the pool.
Swimming. That was always fun. Our routines. It was easy. Yeah. I was living life, man. We were in the pool all the time.
We ate a lot of cookie dough. I wish we did that more.
I wish we could do that more.
I wish we could do that more.
Cookie dough would go to my booty. I wish I could eat like I did. Yeah. When do you feel most joy and happiness with me?
I think two things, like when we just get to be by ourselves, I love that because when I'm with my kids, my attention is being pulled in 3, sometimes 4 different ways with Heston. because that's just the nature of being like a mother and in your family. So I love when we get to have this like one-on-one time, but I also love like my kids getting to interact with you.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. And I just love that the relationship that each of them are developing with you as they get older and you get to be around more. So I love that, aspect or that time that I get to watch you interact with my kids and they get to interact with you. But selfishly, I like when it's just you and I because it's my uninterrupted attention with you. Or we can sometimes we'll just sit together and we won't even talk, believe it or not.
Yeah, I know. Apparently that's all we do.
Yeah. We've been told by many people.
Is that how you do?
And I think what's even what's so funny is we recorded, I don't know, like 5 hours yesterday and we're going to do three today at least. And we got home last night. We still couldn't shut up.
Yeah.
So it just never ends.
It blows my mind. Like, I'm like, we still have more to say.
Yeah.
And even lately we've been able to see each other more and talk even more. And we're still talking more.
Yeah.
It's not like it went like quiet. Because sometimes that happens. Like, you know, like, I mean, like me and Ryan in marriages, sometimes you're just like, okay, so how's your day?
You just enjoy each other's company. Yeah.
But sometimes you just sit and you don't have much to say, which is fine. It's typical. At this point, Ryan's not learning much about me unless something new comes up that I'm also learning. Like, we know each other.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's more just like quiet, like spending time and just like doing something together. But like, we still have stuff to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know if it's just...
It works.
I mean, it does. It works. It's funny. I'm like... But we're also fine not.
Right.
Like, we can sit in
the silence.
Chill and just be around each other.
Yep.
But I agree. I think the one-on-one time is very special because I think we haven't had it in so long because you think about Hessen being 10.
Yeah.
I mean, so, you know, for 10 years, we haven't really had anyone been married or whatever, which again, that's all beautiful. It's all part of it. And that's what we want. But it's nice to be able to like step back and almost be like, oh, like it's just us. We have that time. Like you said, you can think better.
We hit record on that, right?
Hey, you're freaking me out. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I would have freaked out.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
A moment.
I'm like, I swear I did. We did. Okay.
All is well.
So we don't have Hessen with us today. And so we're checking everything by ourselves. So we're just freaking out.
So if anything's butchered, it's 100% Hessen's fault for not being here.
But I think, and it almost kind of just brings me back to like our younger selves. I feel like sometimes we can almost just like loosen up a little bit and relax. Just like I was saying on the last podcast, we had some laughs the night before. I was just like crying. I was crying so hard. And Ashley was like, what just happened? Like, what are you doing? But it just like kind of gives that relax and that childlike, like we're able to just kind of be. Yeah. And I really appreciate that. But of course, I love being able to join in on things with your family and all of them, the kids, like still being involved with your parents and your brothers. Like it's just special to me to be able to, like last time I was able to join in on like Sunday dinner and it's so fun. It's so easy. All the kids being loud and running around and there's just so much noise and chaos. And it's like, oh my gosh. Like I get to be a part of this because at one point it was just all of us being the little and we were the chaos and we were the sound. But now it's like we all have our spouses and they added in on kids. And now they're the little noise and chaos and the sound and we just get to watch it.
Yeah.
And so I think it's super sweet to like step back and see that, be a part of it. Yeah. And I'm going to stop because I'll keep crying. But yeah, it's super cool. How can I love you better? And then I'm like already crying.
I don't think that there's anything else you could give me. I feel like I have all the best parts of you and I've always seen the best parts of you. So there's nothing more to give because the love that you always give me is always growing and changing with me as I grow and I change and I expand my family. And you've accepted everyone that I've brought in, all these extra 4 people that tag along with me. And So I don't think that there's anything more that you could do.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I feel the same. You've always been supportive of me in like every aspect of life, no matter where I was at and what I was doing and what ideas, and especially lately, because this has probably been a really big season of a lot of change and new for me. And just having you've never even like, yeah, do it. You got it. Like I'm here, like never, nothing. So it's definitely reassuring for sure to have that in your corner of like a knowing that you don't have doubts and you're like, you will figure it out. Like you got it, being confident and positive. So that's, I don't think there's anything that I feel like I'm like, I need you to do this.
We just always
Come
had that.
me.
Like, I know I would love to come to Texas at some point, but
that's harder than me coming, but yeah, I would want you guys to come. I think it'd be really fun to have you guys down and take the kids and do stuff. And then, there really is a lot to do. Not that there's not a lot to do here, but just like different and just seeing.
Yeah, I know my kids would love it. Oh, yeah.
Fun. So,
yeah.
Just make sure I didn't skip one. Do you have any fears about us, even if they're irrational?
Like the greatest fear of all would be like that we would just not be friends anymore.
I thought like you died.
No, I was not going to take it to that level. My goodness. Just that we would somehow lose connection down the line. But I don't think that's possible.
Like, I really don't even have that fear.
And that's why? But that's irrational. So that's, you said irrational.
I guess that's true. That would be irrational.
So that's like the only
like that would be like, like I wouldn't want that to happen. I never like think about that because I'm like, why?
It just would never. Like, if that was going to happen, it would have happened a long time ago. And there's a statistic that says if you're friends with someone for 6 years, like you will constantly, like they are just a part of your life. And we've surpassed that by 20 years because I think it's been 26 years or so.
It's been a long time. So
we've way past the 6 year.
At this point, it's like you would have to like do something.
Yeah,
like, but I don't even know what that would be.
What I
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm like, what at this point?
I feel like even if I like punched you or something, we'd still be. I'm sure I have punched you before.
That's probably true. I guess it depends on why you punched me. I just punch you back.
Yeah, call it even. Move on.
Yeah. I don't feel like you would just randomly, like, I feel like there'd be some reason. So I feel like I'd probably have to own up to something. Like, okay, did I really piss you off to punch me? Like,
yeah, I don't think there's any, like, that would be the only irrational fear is that we would just somehow
not be
stop
friends,
talking.
But I just don't get it. Yeah, that'd be, I don't worry about it. But I guess that would be the irrational. Like, what if one day she hates me?
Right. That's irrational.
Yeah, that's irrational. This is the last one. So what's one thing you're afraid to tell me because you worry it would change my opinion on you?
I don't know. I don't have any like.
I was trying to think of something almost like ridiculous just to see if I could think of something.
Selfishly, I would love if you did have a kid so that my kids could have another kid to play with.
That's a good one because Caitlin literally sent me this video like a couple weeks ago. And it was like, I'll have to look at it. It was like a video of a baby. Because we talk to each other a lot in memes. Like on Instagram. Like we just have like
that's
a daily
how you communicate. Yeah.
Like tally. And it was one of like this baby. And it was like, send this to somebody who you want to have a baby, or you're pissed doesn't have a baby, or you want to be an aunt or something. And it was like this picture of this baby and like video. And it was the cutest little baby though. So I replied back and I go, oh my gosh, that baby is so cute though. And she just didn't say anything back. And so I sent it to Ryan and was like, Caitlin just sent me this. And he goes, oh, what a cute baby. I go, that's what I said. Yeah. I was like, it's just the cutest little thing.
Yeah.
So Caitlin will randomly like
hint
throw
towards
in
that.
there that.
And that's just for like selfishly on my end.
Yeah. So it was a cute little baby and it says, Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We talked about that pet peeve. It says, it's that trend where it's like, you're not sad, you just needed. And it says, you're not sad, you just need your sister to have a baby. And it's just like this montage of like this cute little baby. Newborns. And I go, but it's adorable. Like, I love the babies. Like, let me have them all. And in that sense, I'll take all the babies. Yeah. Like, my friends have babies. I'm like, I will hold them all day. Good luck getting them back.
Yeah, so that'd be the only thing, but I don't think that would change your opinion about how I saw you. It's not a secret.
No, people are very open about that. Yeah. Even Hannah told me, it was last year, she's like, I just want to let you know. And Caitlin told her not to tell me this, but she's like, we're going to tell you. She's like, I pray that you have a baby. Is that okay? And I go, yeah.
Pray for whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Thank you for the prayers.
Yeah.
And God might answer them. Yeah. I said, you never know. Yeah. I said, you keep praying those prayers that you think need to be prayed, and he'll either do it or he won't. Yeah. And I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It's not a bad thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to be offended that you want me to have a baby. Yeah. Like, oh no. It's like you're praying for me to like break my foot or something. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you keep praying those little prayers, girl. And I'm pretty confident that Hannah Bean is. And I don't know. I don't tell you, God might put a baby in me, and despite what I want,
we will see.
So, I mean, I'm
fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. You and a lot of other people, we get told all the time. And I'm like, I was like, and I know everybody's different. That doesn't offend me. You can want me to have, because I don't think there's anything negative to it.
No, not at all.
It's not like a bad thing to want somebody to have a baby. Mm-hmm. So Caitlin will definitely tell me every so often. My mom doesn't really. She's made some comments on it. But I'm like, you have some already, so at least you're not like completely like,
right. She's still,
and I was like, it probably makes it easier for you because then you don't have to split your time. You only have to focus on them. Mm-hmm. I always tell Caitlin, so you don't want me to have a baby because then you and your kids won't matter. And she started laughing. She's all whatever. And Hannah was like, no, we'd all come and see and take care of the baby. I said, you can come and see me now. Yeah. And she was like, whatever.
That's cute.
But I was like. And Hannah's like, have one, I'll babysit it. Aww. I'll raise it. And I was like, no, the newborn phase I love. Yeah. It's when they start back talking that you would need to. And she'd be like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, exactly. Because you know how you were. Just kidding. Hannah was good.
She was so sweet.
Yeah, she was. They both are. They both are such good
yeah,
kids.
They are. Caitlin did a great job.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't. CJ. That one doesn't. But that's a good one. Yeah. Because that's one that that makes sense. Yeah. I can see that. Selfishly, my whole family wants us to have kids. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have anything.
Lay it on me.
Oh, I want you to come visit me. Yeah. Yeah. I want you to get your booty up and come to me. But other than that, no. But that's, again, I've told you that. I'm like, come see me. But that's not like it's kind of like the baby thing.
Yeah, exactly.
I get it.
Yeah.
But selfishly, I want you guys, so it's like. But that's
hopefully one day we'll I mean, of course, I shouldn't say one day. It will happen eventually.
It's just it's
just timing of things is so
kids
tricky.
And babies and parts of life. So I'm like, I mean, and it's not like either one of our faults. Well, I guess technically it's my fault because I chose to marry Ryan, who moved away.
It's Ryan's fault.
Yeah, dang, Ryan, those husbands.
He's the problem.
He is the problem. Although I will say, if we didn't move, we probably would have stayed in Lubbock. So it's not like it would have been really
that much
Arizona.
Better. Yeah, that's true.
But
I loved all those questions. I could definitely see how if you answered them with a spouse could be really cool.
I think that would be a fun.
I like the idea of doing it with a parent.
I do like the idea of doing it with a parent. That's an interesting.
I think that would be cool
to be able to bring those up and see what because they're thinking theirs would be a very different thinking, a parent thinking, and then just it's interesting because they're always have been significantly older than us, and they're going to see things of us that we don't remember as kids and stuff. So it'd be kind of interesting to see what memories they think of or what moments they felt. Yeah. And maybe things that they were like, I hated when you did this, which is fair. Yeah. Kids are kids. Yeah. But I think it would be fun to do with Brian.
Yeah, I have to send those to me. I'll try them with Heston for sure.
Your 5 minutes of.
I was just gonna say with our 5 minutes of uninterrupted eye contact, Heston asked me to do an eye gazing exercise with him, and I have not done it yet. We just haven't had time. But
Ryan's response was exactly my response, so we got that covered. He's like, I don't think we could do it. I said, no, that's what I said.
Said we would laugh. He did some eye gazing on a retreat. Mm-hmm. And so he had some really cool experiences. Yeah. So I understand what he's expecting to get out of this exercise. And so I'm excited to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm just excited that he wants to do something, I think that's cool because typically like he's good at doing stuff like that, but a lot of times it comes from me, which I don't think is a bad thing, but he just feels very strongly about this 5 minutes of uninterrupted eye contact. So my parents used to make me, and I think I had to do it with Cody once, and you just always end up crying. But we just always fought with each other.
Yeah.
So they were like, hey, you have to stare into each other's eyes for like 10 minutes. And it was absolute torture. But then we both ended up crying
I feel
afterwards.
Like I remember things like that now that you say
probably.
That. That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I've done eye gazing with my brother who I fought all the time.
That would be interesting.
It didn't change much. I still fought him after, but
Ryan said that. He's like, I just think I couldn't be. You would laugh, and I go, well, you would laugh too. He goes, I was like, he's like, you can't be serious. I can be more serious than you. I was like, that's not true. There's different situations where I can be. That is not one of them that I think I could be. I think I would start laughing, but I don't know, maybe not.
Well, we hope you enjoyed these 9 questions. Was it 9?
Yeah, it was 9. Fun questions.
We should post them. When we air this episode, we'll post them.
Yeah. And you guys try them with some friends or your spouse or anyone. I guess really I think any close relationship, it would be good.
Yeah, because there's some intimate questions.
Like long-term relationship. Yeah. So probably I feel like spouse would be a really good one to do. I mean, I enjoyed this one with you. It was really good to do. So a close friend. But see if it deepened that connection.
Yeah.
But we'll post them with this one so you guys can maybe try it. Do a little fun date night or something with someone and have some good conversation.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in again, and we will catch you next time.
Yep.